My name is Lisha, and I come from Koyalandi in Kozhikode district. I have 2 children, Hishal and Harshid. I am here to share my testimony about my second son, Harshid, who was born in March 2020. He was born with clubfoot, a condition we discovered only after delivery. The doctors, including the pediatric Ian, informed us that a surgery called tenotomy could completely cure it after 6 weeks. Starting from the 5th day after his birth, every week we took him to the hospital to apply plaster on his foot. At the start of the 6th week, the tenotomy surgery was performed. Initially, there was noticeable improvement within a month. However, after 6 months, his leg started bending again, returning to its previous condition. A year later, they suggested another surgery, but couldn't guarantee its success. I then sought opinions from hospitals in Kozhikode and Kanna, but none could assure me of a solution. I learned about Kreupasanam Matha through my sister in 2021. I started praying regularly, but due to COVID-19 restrictions, I wasn't able to visit that time. Every time I planned to come, but I wasn't able to come due to several reasons. Finally, I was able to visit and make a covenant in 2022. While doing covenant, I put my son's matter first. First thing that happened to me was that the one kid working with me didn't have kids for the past 10 years after marriage. I put my 6th requirement for her. That 6th requirement was fulfilled within 1 month, because I came here and the covenant salt and honey I gave to her and told her to pray. She called me next month and said she is pregnant. When I came here to renew my covenant, Reverend Father Joseph blessed me. As I approached the altar, I prayed fervently. Although I had never seen Father take any child to our Matha, I prayed, "Mother, if this is to be healed, let Father Joseph take my son to Matha and return him to me after receiving blessings." Miraculously, as Father approached, without saying a word, he took my son to Jesus and Matha, blessed him, and returned him to me, instructing me to share the testimony. With steadfast faith, I diligently anointed my son's leg with covenant oil and prayed daily. Several people recommended Gonga Hospital in Coimbatore, where I sought medical advice. The doctor assured me that my son's condition was treatable. Reflecting on my prayers to Kreupasanam Matha, I prayed earnestly for a sign of her intervention. I had lost my Mother Mary's pendant, which deeply concerned me. Miraculously, just after scheduling the surgery, I recovered the pendant after it had been missing for a month and a half. This confirmed to me that Kreupasanam Matha was guiding these events. Then the surgery required a substantial amount, and I had no one to turn to for help. I placed my trust in Matha and gave everything to her and fixed the surgery. Many people reached out to me, some for the first time, offering reassurance. "Lisha, don't worry about your son. Do you need money? Everything will be all right." Somehow, I managed to gather the necessary funds, and the surgery proceeded without any complications. A month and a half later, when the doctor removed the plaster, he was pleasantly surprised by the fast recovery. He admitted he hadn't expected such rapid progress. I am immensely grateful to Kreupasanam Matha for blessing us with this miracle. My next testimony involves our home, which is around 70 years old. It's where my mother, my 2 children, and I currently live, following the passing of my father. He had tried tirelessly to renovate the house, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to see it through. My brother doesn't have a high-paying job, and he also couldn't manage to renovate our home. Snakes like pythons, cobras, Russell's vipers, and rat snakes frequently enter our house, causing us to live in constant fear. One night, a piece of the wall collapsed onto my legs. I woke up suddenly, crying out to Mary Matha for help. I came to you, took covenant and asking for a blessing to renovate our home. We started to pray earnestly for the same, and suddenly my brother got an opportunity to move to Europe and expressed his willingness to take charge of our home. We applied for a loan, but my brother was not there to assist, so I had to handle everything on my own. There were numerous obstacles in securing the loan because we lacked the proper documents, such as the land patayam. Despite these challenges, I felt that Mary and Jesus were with me, guiding me through the process. I had never waited in line at a bank for a loan, nor did I know how to fill out the forms. The bank manager helped me complete the paperwork. Around this time, my grandmother came to our home. She was praying the rosary continuously from morning until evening, along with reading the Bible. One day, I suddenly sensed a fragrance that I believed to be from the Virgin Mary. I told my mother that Mary Matha was present in our home. That very day, around 10 o'clock, the bank called to inform me that our loan had been approved. Mother Mary blessed us with a beautiful 2,100 square foot home within 9 months. During this time, we didn't visit the site, but we received a home that exceeded our expectations. I believe this was because Mother Mary was watching over all 4 corners of our home. We had prayed and placed a Matha pendant and covenant salt there. The third testimony involves my desire to have a vehicle for traveling from Kozhikode. On October 10, 2022, I felt a strong wish to buy a vehicle. Despite being told there was a 3 to 6 month waiting period, I booked the vehicle and insisted I needed it by 7 p.m. on October 28. Although they said it was impossible, I firmly believed that if Matha wanted me to have the vehicle, I would get it by that time. As we were praying on our knees on the afternoon of October 28, they called and told me to come to Kozhikode at 7 p.m. to collect the vehicle. At exactly 7 p.m., I sensed Matha's presence again with her fragrance, affirming that I would receive the vehicle. My sister and her son, who had come from the Gulf to participate in the Japamala rally, were planned to go with this vehicle. Due to my strong belief, we didn't book any other vehicle. We collected the vehicle and participated in the rally on October 29. This was a great blessing from Matha. Next, during the COVID-19 pandemic, my elder sister's husband, who worked in the Gulf, wasn't receiving his salary. When he asked his employer, an Arabic national, for the pending amount, he was threatened with legal action that could lead to imprisonment for him and his family. In their difficult situation, they prayed and met a father here via Google Meet. The father assured them of his prayers, and I also included them in my covenant intentions. As the priest said that time, they went to court and won the case, receiving all the pending salary. Despite not knowing Arabic, they were successful because Mother Mary and Jesus were with them. Moreover, he secured a better job with a promotion at another company. This was also a blessing from Mother Mary and Jesus. My elder sister's flat is in Chennai. While she and her family were in the Gulf, they rented it out. Unfortunately, the tenants had not paid rent for the past 5 years. This caused a difficult situation, as my sister had to cover taxes and other expenses for the flat without receiving any rent. When I visited Chennai, I prayed while lighting both blue and green candles. I also asked my sister to pray from the Gulf at the same time. I anointed the door with covenant oil and placed some covenant salt there. Within 4 months, the tenants started paying rent. Now, my sister is receiving some rent. As for myself, I have been the most senior employee at my company for the past 8 years, but my salary had been relatively low due to various issues. I included this concern in my covenant prayers and told Mother Mary about my salary. By the grace of Mother Mary and Jesus, I was blessed with a raise of 10,000 rupees more than I had asked for. I am immensely grateful to Mother Mary and Jesus for these blessings. As an act of kindness, I distributed Kreupasanam papers to strangers at the petrol pump while returning home. I also handed them out to the brothers at the auto stand in Kunnamkulam. Along with the Kreupasanam papers, I gave each person a Kreupasanam pendant and a small photo of Mother Mary, and I shared with them the blessings I had received through the covenant. Within a week, I managed to distribute all the papers. Because of my son's illness, I took him with me while distributing the Kreupasanam papers. Near my home, there is an old age home. On Sundays, when I get leave, my children and I visit and help the residents with their meals and other needs. Mother Mary has given us the grace to do this. Initially, I donated clothes through Kreupasanam, but after starting to visit orphanages, I now give clothes directly to them based on their needs. I am deeply grateful to Mother Mary and her Holy Son. I believe there are many more blessings in store for me, as I have often received blessings I did not specifically ask for. I trust Mother Mary knows what I need, even when I am not asking for myself. I intend to remain in the covenant and be with Mother Mary for eternity. I offer my heartfelt thanks to Mother Mary and her Holy Son.